Hello. Today we're going to talk about primary servers, what they are, what they can be used for, and how to create one. Primary servers are servers running in the Acronis cloud that are um, part of your production environment. So these are live running servers. Generally are added to the customer's domain and they can be used for various purposes. If a client needs to have an Active Directory server running in the cloud. It could be used for that. Or we have had customers use them for SQL log shipping, an Exchange DAG member. They can be configured as a terminal server for user access to the cloud environment. So there are multiple purposes that can be used when it comes to primary servers. Um, When you create one, Acronis will provide the operating system, and then the customer is responsible for any applications to be installed, as well as any licensing when it comes to the applications. And they would manage it just like any other server in their production environment, right? To create a primary server, you simply click on the disaster recovery area, go to your list of servers. Here I see my list of recovery servers, but if I click on primary, I now have the ability to create a server in the Acronis cloud. So when you click on it, it's very similar to creating a recovery server. The main difference is that you're going to select the operating system you want this server to run with. So there are some different options here when it comes to the operating system template. Um, when it comes to resources, they're exactly the same as a recovery server. You have the 8 different configurations. The point values are the same as well. And then you have the ability to add additional disk drives. The boot drive is going to be 100 gigs, and then you can add additional data drives as needed. So you can have up to 10 drives. So here, if I want to add 2 additional drives, one at 500 gigs, the other one at a terabyte, I can simply add that. When it comes to the networking, this is going to be a live running machine on the customer's network. So this has to be an available IP on their network. They also have the ability to add a public IP address if necessary. This is going to be the same charge as it would be for a recovery server. This is coming from the pool of public IPs that we own in our data center. And then they would name their machine here. So I'm just going to call this test. So when I click on the create button, I now have a primary server being built for me in the cloud. And when it comes to primary servers, like I said, they are different than recovery servers because these are going to be live running servers in the Acronis cloud that are part of the customer's production network. So I can see this being built. If I click on the server itself, I can see the configuration that I created, 16 gigs of RAM, 4 virtual CPU. It's going to use this IP address. Here are my drives. Here's the public IP that's been assigned to my machine. And then I can also create custom firewall rules for inbound and outbound traffic. So if I needed to open up specific ports, I can do that as well. I have the ability to console into the machine just like I could with a recovery server. I can also power off the machine or power it on. And I also have the ability to create a backup plan. So, like I said, this is going to be a production machine for the customer's environment, but the only difference is that it's running in the Acronis cloud. And the connectivity between this cloud server and the customer's network is going to be either through the OpenVPN connection or through an IPsec connection. Setting up a backup plan is exactly the same as it would be for setting up a backup plan for a virtual machine. And then, but once you have the backups running, when you click on recovery, you'll have a list of your recovery points that you can restore from. So that's how you would create a primary server in the Acronis cloud. Thank you very much.